We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams.
Hey, 4-1, Mike.
No, 258.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, a run with Lindsay. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Under 10.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Come on, set.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing on first down is Locke. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
On the ready.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Lock to throw on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Five.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, he's going to go for it all. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Matt Breida, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Go set. 10 Lobo. Get that quarterback, D-line.
On 1st down, Akers. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Lets it go for Nelson. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. The connection is back. Rodgers to Nelson. 59 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Rodgers going to throw. Screen pass to Lindsey. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Switch! Switch!
Check. Back north.
Hey, switch gears. You go tight. You got tight.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
No. 319.
Okay.
Liz. Hey, Foxtrot.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. 3rd time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And that will make this a 19-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already have what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
From midfield, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They look to throw. It's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Locke. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. You know, you wonder how the Rams' game plan in Super Bowl 53 might have been different with a healthy Cooper Kupp. He was injured on November 11th, torn ACL out for the year. But he was on his way to a 1,000-yard season in his second NFL campaign. Had 566 yards in 8 games before the injury. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
18. Coming back north.
36, 36.
Right now, you got 58. Flip again.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
To throw is Rodgers. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 23.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Y'all playing the wrong foot.
Hey, Charlie.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Rodgers. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
You're out.
Turn up. Kill.
Hey, exit. Now.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Throwing now is Locke. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Block now on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Jack 31. Out.
Go, Mike 50.
Here we go. 50's the mark.
Hey, Sam off.
Check me out.
Tight dog. Bravo. Shoot.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Block going up top for Cup. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Locke. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Rams' 46-yard line.
Now it's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
319, 8626. 88.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now it's Lindsey. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Rush in.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready up.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Block now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. White now to return. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to leave the booth.
We are going.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, echo.
41's the mic. 41's the mic.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Focus, defense, focus.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got his man on the crossing route. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Another run by Lindsey. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Greystone, travel. Right.
Check 26, check 26. Kill, kill, kill.
They run again with Breida. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 3rd down, Rodgers going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Pittsburgh, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Bandit.
On 1st down, Lindsey. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Philip Lindsey His third touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead will swell by one more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
25 yards that time. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Locke will try again on 2nd down. They'll get this one to Cobb, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Third and 2, Locke's going to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively, that's Devin Bush making the play.
Switch. 50. Check 3. Watch the safety creep.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
We got double up. Going right. Jim.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, Delta.
Now Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Locke is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
Breida. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Gone. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, able to record his 5th sack of the season. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Here's Goff. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a carry for Lindsey. And some room to roam now. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. Goff now looks to throw. That'll be caught by Kupp. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Hey, tighten down.
Yeah, Liz. Wide left. Deuce.
They'll toss it to Breida. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Rodgers looking to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Pittsburgh, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for L.A., it's another week, another loss as they